Hello, this is Yummy Pajama Man, and today we're going to learn about returning multiple values from a function. So as you can see from my source file, you can write everything down, and then I'll explain everything from there. So today, we're going to return multiple values. So starting with the top of the source file, we have defining a function, as you've seen many times before. So starting with the keyword def space, the function name get name parentheses. There's nothing being passed to the function. We're just going to define the function. And then inside the body, we've seen the built-in input function as before. And so you put in the prompt or the string, enter the first name, and then it waits right here for you to input a name. Down here you say enter your last name. Waits right here after the space. Purposely put in a space so it'll be in the right position right here. And after doing that, doing the input, assign it to last name, and then this one assigned to first name as well. Now, the only unique difference that we are going to see is actually returning multiple values. So we're going to return two variables that contain values inside of them because of what's being assigned to them using the assignment operator here. So assign the first name, assign the last name. I'm going to return two values. It can be a variable or it can be a literal value of some sort. It can be like 5 or 7 or a string. It can be literal or it can be inside of a variable. It doesn't matter. But in the context of this source code, we're actually just going to return a string stored inside of the local variable that's inside of the function get name. Okay, so we've defined that right up here. Down here we're in the global scope, as you can see, because it's not under a function. So these are the global scope. Inside of the global scope, I put that there. Down here, it's going to run the function first as it reads across. So it reads across, it finds that the following will be a function, get name, and so the order that the program execute will actually go back up to the first line of what I defined up here, and we're going to do input from the keyboard, assign the first name, assign the last name, and then return multiple values. I'm going to return two values here that are strings, and then those strings, those two values are going to be assigned respectively. First name will be assigned to the global variable first. The local variable last name will be assigned to the global variable last. As you might have remembered why I'm calling these global variables, because they're not under a function. And the output will be full name is, there's a comma separating the arguments, and inside of a print function it'll automatically put in a space in between the arguments. As you can see, there's no space after the colon. So the output, if we run this, run the module or the source code, and we do the input, enter your first name, as you can see, it goes down to here and it goes back up to here. So enter your first name, Fairy Gray, and then the output, it returns two of the string values, and then it'll output here first name, last name, because it assigned respectively first name to the global variable first, the last name to the global variable last, right here. And you can do multiple values. I can put in a middle name, and you just have to make sure that what's being returned is in order. So you have to make sure that what you're returning, the first name is assigned to what is being assigned to the first variable, and then the second variable that's returning will be assigned to the second variable. So just remember that it's respectively being assigned in order. And you can do multiple values. You can do 5 or 10 returns. It doesn't matter. You just have to make sure that you return the same number of values as you are retrieving them. So I couldn't say last, right? I couldn't do this because there's not another variable to assign. So if we run this, it should give me an error after I enter the name. And yeah, traceback at the line 11. So here we go. Full name is, it can't output it because it wasn't being assigned. The name first was not defined. So you have to make sure that the number of variables that you're returning, or the number of literal values that you are returning, make sure that what you're retrieving is the same number of variables as well, if that makes sense. So to make this correct, just put in first, comma, last. And that's pretty much it. You can also put in middle name if you want to, and just put in middle name here and then middle here, and you'll get the same output, and then middle here. And that'll prove to you that you can do multiple returns and accepting those multiple return values from the function assigned respectively. And that's it for today. So I'll see you in the next tutorial.